if there is a problem in the visibility of screen, you can at any time you can unmute yourself and you can tell me. There is no restrictions to unmute yourself. Okay, but whenever I'm presenting it, anything, or I'm discussing something, you mute yourself so that other will not get interrupted. Okay. uh, so today we'll see what exactly the data structure and what is the importance of this subject. I'll tell you what exactly the entire semester you are going to see in this complete syllabus. So how the data structure is defined, declared, and how we are going to use it. So these are some points today we will be discussing, and according to that, as the syllabus starts, we will performing all the programs and will tell you how exactly its rules and regulations are there to implement it. Okay. Now I'm in slide 2. Visible? Okay, please unmute yourself. Roll number 829. I can see the first number 829. 829, please unmute yourself. Okay, your the slide is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so these are
Yes,
some
ma'am.
prerequisites that you must know before you are starting the basic data structure. The data structure we are using C programming. So with the help of C programming, we will be performing all the programs related to your data structures. So as I know you are very well good in the C programming. So according to that, in first semester you got that subject and you completed that subject, and I presume that you have this complete knowledge of variables, data types, operator, expression, your looping, your if else part, functions, arrays, pointers, and structures. Next, last one is data dynamic memory allocation that I will be teaching you in data structure. But whatever the previous list is there that I have provided over here, it is the thing I'm presuming that you are known. Okay, or basically, if you want, whatever the requirements are there, we can make revision of C programming also. Okay, that we will decide afterwards, but today for the data structure that we are implementing using C, we must know this kind of a prerequisite. Okay, now I'm in slide number 3. I hope all visible it. The data structure, you have lecture, you have tutorial, and you have practicals. As you can see over here, I have marked it with the red line. According to that, your normal patterns are there for ESC, mid-sem exam, C, and all that you all know. Simply the structure I am showing over here for data structure. Next to that, this is the syllabus. Okay, for the data structure. I hope all of you have seen the data structure syllabus because I have posted it in a group. So total 6 units are there. From that 6 units, some are actual data structures and some are the methods to implement the data structure. So what are the data structure and their methods? I will be telling you in today's lecture itself. Okay, so this is the overview of your syllabus as it is available in your PDF. In a prescribed syllabus, you have some list of programs that we are going to implement. So this list will remain as it is, but simply I will be modifying it by combining 2-3 programs, one in a single one, or I will be changing some programs over here. But roughly, these are some of the programs you are going to implement for the data structure. Don't worry, how exactly the program to be implemented, I'll telling you each and every step. So though the lines and the paragraph is bigger for implementing a program, don't worry for that. I will be explaining each and everything. Okay. Next, these are some reference and textbooks. You will be, if the lockdown overs and you will come to the college, at that time you can borrow the books from the library. From that, you will get some of the books which is mentioned as the reference and textbooks for the data structure. Next. Now, I'll simply introduce first what is the term separately, data and the structure. Okay, now what is the data over here? All of you know that everything, whatever you are storing into your system, it is called as a data. Okay, now what we can say, we are keeping our information, whatever your mobile phone is there, in that you are keeping your files, your photos, your videos, and all those, roughly they are considered as the data itself. So in general, what we can say, the data is anything which is recorded into the computer, and this is for the specific purpose. Specific purpose in the sense, why we are calling this and why we are recording it. We are recording it for utilizing it for the another purpose later on. Means you visit to some good places, you go to some picnic, you keep some photographs of that, you capture it, you store it into your system, and after some time or later you revise your memories by looking at those pictures. So meaning for some specific purpose we are keeping the information into the system. There is nothing but a data. Okay, we can say that it is the actual fact which is gathered and stored into the system. As I told you, there are n number of examples. Data can be your text, your numbers. Numbers is like 1, 0 to 9, any combination of that. The text you have stored, the picture you have stored, anything that can be considered. Please mute yourself. Those who are unmute. I guess B44. Okay. Now we are calling two terms usually. One is the data and second one is the information. There is a slight, or we can say the thin difference between the data and information. We can say that whatever the data you have processed, that processed data becomes the information. Meaning we are saying that we gather the data some particularly for a specific purpose, we process it, we analyze it, and we generate the information. The best example I can tell you, in usually in day-to-day life, you capture your photograph, right? You capture it. Some another software are there that makes modification of your picture, like you make brighten them, you give some effects to that, like black and white effect. You are using some kind of emojis to your pictures, meaning whatever the things you have captured, you have stored, you are processing over it by analyzing something. Analyzing something in the sense, like I have click my picture, and if I feel so that background is so shabby, I don't want that background. So what I do, I analyzed it. Yes, what I analyzed, my picture is not looking good just because of the background I am having with. So what I'm doing, I'm processing it with some kind of a software. I'm making blur my background, and you create a new picture with some effect that you have made onto that picture. Your original picture is modified and you save your new picture, and after that you make it as your status of WhatsApp, you make it as a Facebook profile picture and all. Meaning original data you have captured, you have analyzed it, you have processed it, and whatever the output comes, that output is actually called as the information. Meaning both are one and the same, but some lines are there, a thin line is there that gives the difference between data and information is that data is being processed, analyzed, and whatever the output comes, that output is called as the information. So there is, are you getting the difference between data and information? Anyone? Anyone from you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, who said yes? Can you revise it? What did I did? See, this is not one-way traffic. You are supposed to involve yourself into the lecture. Okay, so the one who said yes, I guess A36. A36, you just unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
And And
Yes.
please, in one line, give me what I discussed.
Data is something which is processed and analyzed, and the information which we get as output.
Right, correct. Okay, thank you. You can mute yourself. Okay, and don't be like those who are saying yes. Now, ma'am is going to ask that person, you revise it. Don't get fear of that. You can say yes. I just tried. Who are simply listening or who are involved into the lecture. Okay, so don't hesitate to say yes. असं भीती वाटून घेऊ नका की मॅडमनी आपण येस म्हटलं की मॅडम आपल्याला क्वेश्चन विचारतील. डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. Okay, so I'll move further. Next, I'm in slide number 8. I hope all of you can see slide number 8 on your screen. So there is something difference between data and information. So data is a fact or detail, and information is simply, we can say, it is a derived form of a data. Okay, so data is a raw data, which is unprocessed one, and which is going to get processed in some another manner. Okay, now when I told you it is analyzed, it is considered as a information. Okay, next, the difference is written over here. Data, we can say, as I told you the example of your picture, like you are capturing your picture. Not all the time everything is there with the mobile. We can say that I'm providing the input to my computer, and whatever the information I'm getting from my computer is something which helps me to process my data. Okay, so data is used as an input to the computer system, and information is nothing but the output coming out from the computer. Data is unprocessed and information is processed. The third point in this here, data doesn't depend upon information, but information depends on data. Okay, this is the important line, or you can say this is the question for true and false. Data doesn't depend on information, but information depends on the data, because the data don't carry a specific meaning, but information is carrying some logical meaning of it. Okay, so we can say that the data is unprocessed one and the information is processed one, and your data is not depending on the information. So you can see one diagram. I am in slide number 10. The information is a derived form of a data we discussed. What we are doing it, we are processing our data and gathering the information. So this, the center block, that is the processing block. Okay, that processing block can be considered as the computer system or anything that you are providing as the input to it. Meaning this center processing wala part can be replaced with the computer. So I am providing I'm providing data to the computer and generating the information. So you can see this. The program is nothing but you are providing input, and the program is the one who processes and gives the information. Like the best example I tell you, you are using C programming, right? In C programming, if I want to write a program for a plus b, means I want to perform addition of two numbers, what I'll do, so in a chart, can anyone give me what is the data? In chat you can reply. I want to perform, I want to categorize what is data and what is information. Okay, so in chat you reply, if I'm getting my question, if I want to perform the addition of two numbers, what is the data, what is the information? In chat you can reply, you can start replying right now. What is data? Start replying. Within 2 minutes you have to reply. Input numbers, what is the data? Values of someone are replying, values of A and B is data. Input is data. Input numbers are data, right? Next, data is value for input. Input, correct? Okay, so you can say that A and B, two numbers are the input, and whatever the addition is there, that addition is performed by your system. That will be the part of analysis, and your system gives you. Okay, now stop replying. Stop replying. Thank you. I got the information. Thank you. Okay, so say only true or false. Whatever the information, listen carefully. You have to reply whether it is true or false. Okay, in a chat. Don't give the input. Listen carefully. Now I got the information. The data is two number that you are providing. The program is nothing but your plus operator, and you are getting the information. So say true or false. After applying the addition of two numbers, my information is a single digit. True or false? Reply in the chat. Information of addition of two numbers is a single information, means data is 2. You are supplying two numbers, and I am getting the information as a single number. True or false? Reply in the chat. True. Right. Okay, so I can see that most of you are listening to me, not wandering here and there by keeping your mobile. Okay, thank you everyone, those who replied. Okay, so thank you. Okay, you can stop replying. Thank you so much. You can stop replying. Okay, now we'll move to the up till now what we discussed. We are discussing about data structure, right? In data structure, currently whatever the part we discussed, it is regarding to the data. Okay, now we are moving to the word called as a structure, and I'll tell you why togetherly we are calling this as a data structure. Okay, now the data, I hope now you are aware about what is data, what is information. Now whenever I'm coming to the structure point, as the simple name, structure is in day-to-day example. Okay, I can say that the structure of my computer lab is like, computers are there. In front of that computer I have one chair. In front of that I have keyboard and all, meaning anything or any, we can say building or anything. Okay, like, I hope you are trying to get what I want to say. Anything is having its own structure in the sense something is organized in the form of a specific rule. Okay, specific rule in the sense, again take the example of computer lab. If your computer is on a table and you have arranged your chair at a very long distance, means by sitting on that chair you cannot even able to touch your keyboard or a mouse, then what is the use of this kind of a structure you are providing to your system? The rule is you must be near to your system in a such a way that you can able to touch the keyboard, mouse and monitor. Means I have this basic rule that organized my system in a such a way. Near to the system, chair must be there. Near to that you have power supply and all. Everything which is organized in the perfect manner or in the perfect rule, it is called as a structure. Now again the rule differs from the thing which you are making as a structure. Okay, like, can I, if I want to arrange my computer lab one after another, means there will be no distance between two computers immediately. If I hope you have seen our computer labs, right? So meaning each and every computer is arranged in a continuous manner, sequentially, one after another. So the one who are organizing any kind of a structure, they have their perfect planning or the rules defined prior to, before get establishment of that structure. So I have planned, I want to design computer lab. I decided some rules, and according to that I am organizing my computer lab. So we can say that for any structure, you have to implement some kind of a rules, some kind of a links in the sense one after another. Okay. So according to the formula, according to the rule, what the manner in which anything you are organizing, this is called as a structure. Okay. So we can say that, one second, the structure is nothing but it is the rule for how the data is to be organized. The data can be continuous, the data can be with the link, or data can be placed with some kind of a formulas. Okay. Now, before organizing this structure, I need to identify what kind of a type of a data you are organizing. Okay. The computer lab is day-to-day example I told you, or the things that you observe in your life. But coming back to the subject, if suppose I want to organize my data in a programming manner, or the things which is understood by the system itself, I need to identify that what kind of a type the data I want to store. Now, before going to the programming wala part, I'll again give you the example. In your mobile phones, you have file manager, right? File manager in the sense you got some folders. The camera folder holds all the pictures that you clicked. Okay. The file folders, you have all the files that you have are there in your system itself. So according to that, the type of a data you need to identify, then and then only what will happen, it will go to some specific folder, so that it will be again easy for the person who want to access the data. Meaning, the system organizes your data in a such a way that it can be easily processed, identified, and the specific manner is given, so that it will be very helpful for the user. Okay. If you don't have such kind of a organization, like no category, no photo in separate folder, no file in separate folder, what will happen, everything will be mixed up. What you have to do, you have to find out all the information one after another, or instead of that, you will find you will waste some kind of a time for getting what you need. The meaning, if you organize or if you structure your data perfectly, what will happen? It will help you to identify what exactly the data is and where exactly the data is stored. So for the programming language, or for that purpose, what we have data types, right? That you already know. We are declaring the variables into the program. That variable holds some kind of a data. That information gives you about whether it is a number, whether it is a character, and so and so. So we know that the data type specify the type of a data the variable can hold. And we know in C programming language, we have some basic built-in data types. I hope you can see the screen: integer, float, character, void. These are some data types that store the specific information. I'm not going to go in the detail of this part, because you know already what are the basic data types. Its description, what it holds: character holds single character, integer holds number, floating point holds the number with the decimal point. If you want to store more information in a decimal digits, so you can have 10 precision digits if you are using the data type as a double. Void is the empty data type, you are usually providing the void in front of function, and so on, right? These are the known information you know to it. Okay. So every type of a data holds some kind of a bytes into the memory. The memory is nothing but the specific area allocated for a particular number or character that uses that particular memory for storing purpose, for analyzing some purpose, and so on. So ranges are there. Now, can anyone tell me why the range is provided? Anyone? If I'm saying the range of integer is -83276823277, so what is the meaning of this range? Does anyone know the answer? You can unmute yourself and you can answer it. What is the meaning of range? Unmute yourself. Don't need to, don't type it. Don't waste your time in typing. Anyone can unmute yourself. If you don't unmute yourself, I will take directly a number. Huh? Roll number is so and so. Answer me. Don't do that. Instead of that, you can answer yourself. B50, I guess B50 try to answer it. Yes, B50, you can answer. Roll number B50. You unmute yourself.
Ma'am, the address.
No one knows what is the meaning of this. Okay, I'll tell you what exactly the meaning of range is. Okay, the slide is visible now. The type and range. Anyone please unmute yourself and tell me you are able to see the size
Yes.
range of possible data types in C, right? Same.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Whenever I am writing integer a is equal to 32768. Okay, integer a, presume that integer dash integer space a 32767, which is the highest range. Okay, if suppose simply okay, I'll type in chat. Okay, if I'm writing integer a is equal to 32767. Okay, I hope you can able to see integer a is equal to 32767. This is the maximum number you can give to the variable a. If suppose I am writing integer a is equal to 33767 semicolon. Okay, if I am writing this, my system will give me error about you have crossed the maximum limit of a data type integer. Okay, what is the meaning of this? A variable can hold a number with the maximum range of it. Usually what we are doing, we are writing integer a is equal to 2, 3, 10, 50, so and so. The last number variable a can hold is maximum 32767, not more than that. Okay, so that's why this is the maximum range given for every every data type whatever you are using into it. Okay, so that's why the range is important. You should not cross the maximum limit of a system in the sense the data type. Okay, next. Okay, I'm slide number 70. Now, what is the meaning of a data structure? Data structure is nothing but is a particular way of storing, organizing a data into the computer memory so that data can be easily accessed, retrieved, used, modified efficiently. Now, efficiently is the main important word in this complete data structure. Now, why this is so? The efficiently in the sense, see, we are computer engineer, right? So computer engineer must design something which will be easily understood by anyone. Now you change your mobile, right? Okay, if suppose I have first my mobile was Samsung. Okay, after Samsung you go to like Motorola. Okay, I brought new mobile phone and I visit to the Motorola store and I am now having Motorola. Now, what was the first thing? Every time when you change your mobile, you usually utter a word like, "अरे माझा पहिलाच मोबाईल चांगला होता." Why this is so? Because you are very habitual with the first mobile, and you know you are very quick. If you want to access something, you are very quick going to the particular location, you are changing the setting and so on. So but when you immediately shift from one mobile to another mobile, there will be some time your system will, you will take, not system, there will be some time you will take to get adjusted with the new mobile that you brought. Okay, now what is the meaning of this? See, the new mobile is not so having rocket science to change to something. You cannot understand anything. It is one and the same, but the organized way of folders and all, it is completely different than your first mobile, right? Now, but within a day or two, you are getting adjusted with your new mobile, because the basic terms remain same. You got settings folder, you settings symbol, you got same WhatsApp symbol, you got same file manager where the information is getting stored, and camera. Meaning, though the structure is changed, the organization of all the software and the symbols in any different company's mobile, you have some common you can able to find out, because it will be made as a user friendly. So why I'm focusing this, the word efficiently is so important that anything you access, you organized, or you use, it must be in a efficient manner. So that's why anything you perform it, it must be in, it must satisfy this four property. It will be easily accessed, it must be easily retrieved, it will be easily used and modified. Okay. Now I'll I have given you real time example. Now I'll coming back to the programming part. Okay. Now your program should be in such a way that if I have written one program, okay, uh, I want to perform A plus B. I have written my program. What I will do, I write my program in Turbo C, or if you use Linux platform, on that you have written your program, you compile it, you run it, and you can able to see as you have already written it, in the sense you know what the first question is. Enter AB, you are entering something, and you are getting your answer. But being a computer engineer, what should be the thing is, the program or anything that you are writing or designing, it must be in such a way that anyone can come, and if anyone try to access your program, that person will easily able to run your A plus B's program, right? You should not be stick to the, yes, I am a writer of a program and I'll be I'm going to see the output of my program. No, being a computer engineer, we are developing something for others, right? Developing something for others in the sense, why I'm saying this, because the difference between computer engineer and others are, if you consider civil engineering, okay, you know whatever the task they are doing, you can easily see by your eyes, right? They pick up the bricks, they arrange it, you can see they are building a wall and so on. But the one who is a computer engineer, whatever the task computer engineering is doing, it is not visible to the person who are actually implementing it. I'll tell you the best example. Okay, I have used this PPT. I am directly taking the end product of the PowerPoint presentation. You don't know how exactly the people have created this. See, anything in a computer world has to have written by a by a programming language itself. So you don't know how programming they have done to create this kind of an end product of PowerPoint. You play the games on your system. The game is nothing but the end product that is delivered to you directly for using. Means you are opening your game, you are playing it, and you are ending it, but you don't know how this game is created. This creation is nothing but the coding part. Okay, the people who are software engineer, they are writing some code, developing the end product to you, and you are using it. So similarly, being a computer engineering, whatever you are doing, it will be the end product to the person who are utilizing it. Okay, I hope you are getting, or I hope all are there, not wondering here and there. I hope all you are listening what I am trying to say. Okay, now I have moved to the next slide. Classification of data structure, is it visible? Anyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can see two different types of a data structure: primitive data structure and non-primitive data structure. We discussed the primitive data structure is nothing but your basic data types: integer, float, character, pointer, and all. Non-primitive data structures are again getting divided into linear data structure and non-linear data structure. Now, this arrays, linked list, stack, queue, tree, and graph. This is nothing but togetherly linear and non-linear. This is how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Arrays, linked list, stack, queue, tree, and graph. This 6 type of a data structure is nothing but a syllabus for you for this subject. So everyone is having its own rules, how exactly it is getting organized, how exactly it is getting structured. Okay. Now from that, first I'll tell you, coming back. Okay. From that, stack, queue, trees, and graph. These are the basic data structure, and arrays and linked lists. These are methods of organizing stack, queue, tree, and graph. Okay. Now, how exactly these? I'll tell you in short today. What exactly the data structure and how we are going to implement it. So if you are on your mobile, you can screenshot for this type of a data structure, because tomorrow I'm going to ask the question, what is the primitive data structure, non-primitive, or if you are with the pen and book, you can note it down. Okay, your choice. But if I ask some questions regarding whatever I'm discussing today in next lecture, you must be able to answer me, because I hope all of you are listening me. Okay, array linked list. Now I'll move to the next slide. Okay, is it visible? I have floated over here 4 examples of stack, queue, tree, and graph. These are, as I told you from the previous slide. Okay, from the previous slide, stack, queue, tree, and graph. These are basic data structure, and arrays and linked lists. These are the way to implement stack, queue, trees, and graph. Okay, so I'll tell you how exactly these are. Now, coming back to the first one, stack. Okay, now what is this? Can you see the diagram? What is stack? हे काय दिसतंय तुम्हाला? Anyone can answer? Anyone, or shall I call roll number?
Collection of books.
Yes, collection of books. Okay, thank you. Collection of books is nothing but, see, if I want to arrange, usually when you submit your assignments to your teacher, assignment book, your teacher arranges the books in this manner, one after another. Okay, meaning whatever the books you have arranged, those books will get uh, assigned or placed one on top of the above. Okay, you can have, if 60 students are there, so 60 books will be in a row, one after another. If I want to take the book, I'll keeping from the upper side, and I am taking it from the upper side itself. Meaning there is only one way where you are keeping your book and you are taking your book. Okay. Now same example, see whatever this slide is there, this slide is an example of data structure. There is always a huge difference between example and application. Okay, I'll tell you the difference. First we'll go to the stack part. Same example I can give you. Like you are arranging your clothes into the cupboard. You are arranging it one after another. Okay, तुम्ही तुमच्या कपड्यांच्या घडे करून कपाटामध्ये ठेवता, right? So this is this assignment book, your clothes in the cupboard. These are again the examples. Next example I'll give you, girls, those who are wearing the bangles. Okay, बांगड्या जे कोण घालतात, girls, ज्या मुली बांगड्या घालतात, it is the example of stack. Why this is so? You put first bangle into your hand, then you put next bangle, and so and so. Whatever the last bangle you inserted into your hand, it will be the first bangle you have to remove from your hand. Okay, you cannot remove anything from the middle. मधली कुठली पण बांगडी तुम्ही रिमूव्ह करू शकत नाही. जी लास्टला घातली तीच बांगडी तुम्ही काय म्हणतात त्याला पहिल्यांदा काढू शकता, राईट? सो bangles is again one of the example of stack, how exactly it is working. Now I have given you two examples of this. Can anyone give me one more example? You can reply in chat. Ek assignment book is there, one clothes are there, third one is bangles. Bangles is there. Next one, can anyone see? Right from you wake up to go to the sleep, full day there is a data structure here and there with you. So whenever you are learning a data structure, you need to observe around how exactly it is working. Anyone? You keep your assignment books, you keep your clothes, you keep your bangles. Any example? Someone has posted wearing socks and then shoes. Then someone posted pile of plates, right? Cool. Azun? Deck of cards, tiffin carrier, okay, glasses, then deck of cards, okay, same, bundle of cards, okay, now think according to that, right? Thank you those who have replied. Hope you have, means at least those people are listening me carefully. Okay, now as I told you, there is a difference between application and example. Now whatever we have discussed, this the assignment book, your plates, pile of plates, your tiffin carrier, shoes, socks, bangles, these are example. Now I'll tell you the application. Listen carefully. You have your mobile phone, right? You have a application message, or you have WhatsApp. Whatever the message comes, it will come one after another. Means, or you can take a phone call list, phone log, call log, sorry, call log. जो कॉल 10 वाजता आलाय तो खाली गेलेला असतो, जो 11 वाजता आलाय तो त्याच्यावरती आहे, जो 12 वाजता आलाय तो त्याच्यावरती आहे. Am I right? Meaning, likewise you places your assignment book. Similarly, the application of a stack present into your mobile system in the call log. Okay, call log in the sense, I hope you are getting. Similarly, your message works. Similarly, your WhatsApp messages works. Whatever the new feeds according to the time comes, it comes one after another. Am I right? Getting any new example? Sorry, not example. I'm extremely sorry. It is the application. Can anyone give me one more application? I give you the exam application like MES call log. I hope all of you are getting yes. Okay, don't reply in chat
WhatsApp
now. Someone
messages.
please unmute. Sorry. Please tell me one more time. I missed that. Give me application, not now. No example now, huh? Yes, sorry. Who is talking? I can't hear you properly. Call log, message, WhatsApp. Just recall and think what applications are there with you in your mobile. It comes one after another.
Phone galleries.
Sorry, phone, photo gallery. Right. Photo gallery.
Gallery.
Yeah, I got it.
News feed.
News feed, correct. Or
Notifications.
sorry,
Notifications.
notifications, correct. Okay, thank you those who replied. Now I hope you are getting the difference between example and application. With the help of this kind of example, you have the software developed with usage of stack. Okay, there is no data structure or there is no application or software is with either of this or all of this. Means कुठलं पण सॉफ्टवेअर कुठलं पण ऍप्लिकेशन कन्सिडर करा, त्याच्यामध्ये एक मिनिमम वन डेटा स्ट्रक्चर हॅज टू बी देअर and it will be there. So no software is designed without a data structure. So as I told you, the example of stack and application of stack, there is a specific rule. The rule is everything is come one after another. This is a basic rule. So why the rule comes? Because we discussed this definition. We discussed this definition, data structure. The first line itself indicates data structure is a particular way, underline it, particular way of storing and organizing of your data into the computer memory. The computer memory can be replaced by mobile memory also, because nowadays mobile is nothing but working as a system itself. So particular way, the way of stack is put one after another. You have organized your data in this manner, right? This is the example and application of stack. I hope all of you are getting. Okay, now next, queue. The second one is queue. What you can see that these are the people who I'm first telling you the example of data structure, and then I'll give you the what you can say application of it. Okay, queue is the person who is entering into the queue will be the first person who will be leaving into the queue. If you observe here this arrow, the person leaving the queue, the first person. Okay, a man is there, a person leaving a queue, arrow, and over here the last one, there is one lady, a person entering into the queue. Okay, consider this, these are the people who are in a queue or in a line for buying a movie ticket. Why this man comes first and why this lady comes later? In the sense, the person who is leaving the queue is the person who will get the movie ticket very first than all of this who are after it or who are behind of that. Means the person who will enter into the queue will have the first ticket. He will leave the queue. Next man come, he will take the ticket in and leave. Means the first person will get first ticket, the second person will get the second, third person will get the third, and so on. The last person will have the last ticket. Meaning there is a perfect method of the person who are entering into the queue will have the first ticket into it. Okay, meaning if you compare the stack in queue, stack is only one way. One way in the sense you are putting your books one after another, but there is two entry. One is leaving the queue and one is entering into the queue. So the difference is between stack and queue. This is only stack is only one way and queue is a two-way. Two-way in the sense one is leaving, one is entering. The basic difference between this is in stack it is last in first out. Okay, last in first out in the sense in stack the book you have kept as a last will be the book taken by the teacher as a first, right? So you always try to keep your assignment book to the upper side so that it will get first checked by the teacher and you will take your assignment book immediately. So this is the behavior pattern of people. Try to keep the assignment book at the upper side so that it will get checked first. This is nothing but the stack. Means जे लास्टला तुमच्या स्टॅक वरती ठेवले that will be first checked. So it work as a last in first out. Okay, last in first out in the sense the stack work on the principle of last in first out. Queue is the thing which is working on a principle of first in first out, meaning the person who enters first will be the person who who will leave first. म्हणजे ह्याला जर पहिल्यांदा तिकीट मिळालं there is no need for that person to wait again into the queue. First आला, first ticket मिळालं and he left, right? So the queue based on first in first out as a rule. So data structure is particular way of organizing and structuring your data. So rules are applicable, stack applies, last in first out, queue applies, first in first out, right? So this queue you are observing on a movie ticket, you are observing such queue on when you are collecting your journal from the college, you are collecting, you are taking book bank scheme from the library and all. In the sense a journal, it's like mera number kab aayega, right? That is nothing but a queue. Okay, so can now anyone give me the application of queue? Can anyone? Assembly line. So, right. Can you elaborate what is assembly line?
Tokens given in banks.
Sorry?
Tokens given in banks.
Correct. Tokens, ordering food. Correct, correct. Very correct. So when you, okay, say true or false, can I say that when you are in a MACD, okay, McDonald's, you take a tokens, whether the system of MACD is an application of queue, reply as a true or false. System of MACD. Yeah, I'm getting multiple answers as true, 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 yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Okay, you can stop now. Stop replying. Thank you. Okay, so MACD is, we can say that as we discussed the application of stack into our mobile, we have discussed the application of queue into the hotel like or into the cafe like MACD. Okay, so stack and queue, I told you these are the data structures. which are having their own examples and having their own applications, right? So shall we stop here? Last 3 minutes. Okay, anyone can unmute yourself, or please let me know whether whatever I had discussed, it reaches to you, comes to you, you got what exactly we are discussing. Can anyone please unmute yourself and can you give me some points, whatever I have discussed? Array, don't reply in chat. Huh? Yes, 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 and all. I ask you to unmute yourself. Be bold. Unmute yourself. Okay, if no one unmute, I will take some random number. Huh? Come on, within 1 minute.
Yes, ma'am, we got everything.
You got
Yes, ma'am,
everything.
we got
Like,
Yes.
like any
Like
terms?
data structure, the definition of data and the information, the examples of stack and queue, the difference between the different information and data, applications also.
Okay, okay,
In
last point.
classification of data structures.
Okay, okay, last exercise, what we will do. Okay, thank you. I got your points that I told you. Now last, I will be typing something in a chat. Okay, you are simply replying whether it is true or false. Okay, only one line I will type, whether it is true or false that you are replying. Okay, I posted one message on a chat. Look at that and reply whether it is true or false. Yep. I'm getting the answer as false. Correct. You know. Hey, someone written true. Who's that? It's false, bhai. Yes, the answer is false. Those who have written false, they are absolutely correct. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Okay, now you can stop replying. Thank you. That was the last exercise we did. Thank you so much. Okay, it's nice meeting you. We'll meet in, okay, today we have a practical session at 2:30, right? So I'll tell you what are the first basic practicals. This is those practicals are basically regarding C only, as we have not started the chapter stack and all. So I'll tell you what are the programs you need to implement for the revision as a revision of a C. So we'll meet at 2:30 today. Thank you. It's nice meeting you. And one more notice. Okay, I want to tell you. The notice is still some of the students. Okay, Array, stop replying. Just listen me. Yeah, it is false. I'm getting it. It is false. Thank you. Simply listen. Still, some we took your attendance yesterday. Still, some of the students have joined with the name, their name actually, not with the roll number. So the thing is, again, we need to map the roll number and name. Again, it is tasked to the lab assistant. So otherwise, what you do, please help him by joining the sessions or lectures by division dash your roll number. So it will be very easy for us to maintain your record. Okay, as you are joining or your attendance is very good, I can observe from yesterday. So please help us to join with the roll number and division. So your attendance will be recorded. Okay, please don't join with your name. Okay, thank you. That is from my side. Remaining part of data structure will cover in next lecture. Okay, thank you all. Bye bye. You can leave this. The session is over. You can go. Okay, thank you.